duas mil academias, amor. Pra onde eu quiser chegar.
生前抑止力と契約し、死後守護者となった俺は霊長の抑止力として世界のバランスを崩す者と戦った。命じられるがままに殺して殺して殺し尽くした。命などどうでもよくなるくらい殺して殺した人間の数千倍の人々を救ったよ。求められれば何度でも戦った。何度も何度も何度もだ。だが終わることなどなかった。キリがなかった。
それがおかしいって言ってるのよ。他人の幸せを願うだけなんて間違ってる。それじゃ機械と変わらない。あんたはあんた自身のために生きなきゃ。何が幸福なのかわからない。
それで誰もが別にするのなら
save humans. They only clean up after humanity's messes. The only use for their power is to negate what's already happened and sweep away the bad energy created by humans. I'm sick of cleaning up after humanity, but as a heroic spirit, I'm cursed to do exactly that for eternity. I don't belong to this existence.
To clean up messes humans made. Is that it? Is that what made you just give up on humanity? Huh? Answer me!
Myself alone. There's no other reason to fight. If your main desire is to never hurt anyone, then by all means do as you wish. It's up to you. But be careful. Be certain it's your wish, not anyone else's. Know that if you fight of your own own free will, and the resulting sins and punishments will be of your own making. Daring that comes with that decision.
ずるいぞ。
絶対は僕だ。
So this is Archer. Correct. But that's not his real name, that's just his class. Also correct. What's his real name? Shirou Emiya. I thought this was Shirou Emiya. That is Shirou Emiya. But he's a master. Correct. And the other is a servant. Also correct. So was the name just a coincidence? No, they're the same person. What? Yeah, he's just kind of a future version of him. What do you mean by kind of? Do you want the long version or the short version? Which one won't confuse me? Neither. The short version then. So Archer is a future version of Shirou that won the 5th Holy Grail War and ended up becoming a hero. Awesome. Not awesome. He can only do so by making a contract with Alaya. Who's Alaya? You mean what's Alaya? And it's basically mankind's will not to go extinct. Do I want to question this? Not at all. Okay. So when that Shirou dies, he becomes a counter guardian and basically gets summoned throughout time to save people by killing other people. So is that why he's back at the Grail War? No, he hated killing people in order to save other people, so he went back to the Holy Grail War in order to kill himself in order to break the contract between him and Alaya. But wouldn't that make like a big paradox? Yes, and that's kind of his goal, but no, because it doesn't work like that. Why not? He's from a different timeline, so they're not the same person then. No, they are, because the young Shirou could still become Archer. Explain. So fate works with multiple timelines, and in one of those timelines, Shirou becomes Archer, but then that Archer hates being Archer, so then he goes back to the Holy Grail War to kill Shirou. But because he went back to the Holy Grail War to kill Shirou, that Shirou ends up taking a timeline that makes him not Archer, but there's still always the possibility that that Shirou can become Archer, because that Archer still needs to go back in time to meet the Shirou to put him on a timeline where he doesn't become Archer. Or at least, that's what I think it is. What do you mean you think? That's what I was able to piece together through the wikis and Reddit. Didn't you like read the visual novel? That thing is 50 plus hours long. I don't care if there is a threesome between Rin and Saber. I am not reading the visual novel. What the fuck?
I am the bone of my soul, unknown to death, and unknown to life, unlimited, blade works! I am the bone of my soul.
Steel is my body, and fire is my blood. I have created over 1,000 blades, unknown to death, unknown to life, have withstood pain to create many weapons. Yet, those hands will never hold anything. So, as I pray, unlimited blade works.
I failed to reach my ideals, and I should never have become king. But you are different, for you are Shirou Emiya's ideals. You represent their realization.
Is that what you think I am? I killed, and I killed. I killed without ceasing. I killed until I finally stopped caring. before long, I learned that no matter how many lives I took, there would always be more. But even though I said I wanted to forge a world without tears, I brought more than my share of despair and suffering. That is who I am, the heroic spirit Emiya.
You're driven by this ridiculous obsession with sacrificing yourself for the sake of others. Blind to your own arrogance. No! But in the end, you're a fraud. And your hypocrisy can't save anyone. How could you when you never knew who you should save to begin with? And look, this is the result. You could never be a savior. You never had anything to save. You became the embodiment of justice. And justice can be cruel. Your ideals are falling apart. Maybe other people are more important than you are. It's dawning on you that a world where everyone is happy is just a fairy tale. And if you can't live without that dream, let it drag you down and drown you.
Once I had two paths. Both were correct. Both of them had merit. But the outcome of the one I chose was not what I had hoped for. If I was left filled with regret, even then, as long as I could achieve my ideals,
なるほど、しぶといわけだ。貴様に賞賛など一部たりともなかったということだ。
シロ、
俺に追いつくとはそういうことだ。もう一度その目で見るがいい。俺が行き着いた世界を。I am the bone of my soul, unknown to death, unknown to life, unlimited, laid works. 叶わないと知ってなおここに現れる愚かさ、生涯くだらぬ理想にとらわれ自らの意図を持てなかったまがいもの、それが自身の正体だと理解したか。そうか、認めるわけにはいかないのは道理だが、俺がお前の理想である限り、エミヤシロウは誰よりも俺を否定しなければならない。そうだ、誰かを助けたいという願いが綺麗だったから憧れた。これを偽善と言わず、なんという。だが所詮は偽物だ。そんな偽善では何も救えない。いや、もとより何を救うべきかも定まらない。初めから救う術を知らず、救うものを持たず、醜悪な正義の体現者がお前の慣れの果てと知れ。その理想は破綻している。 自身より他人が大切だという考え、誰もが幸福であってほしい願いなど空想のおとぎ話だ。そんな夢でしか生きられないのであれば、抱いたまま溺死しろ。助けられるのなら、苦しむ人々全てを助けることはできないのかと。いや、同じだ。お前も俺と同じように絶望する。
俺はなくさない。愚かでも引き返すことなんてしない。この夢は決して俺が最後まで偽物であっても決して間違いなんかじゃないんだから。
消えろ。
じゃないじゃない、この夢は間違いなんかじゃない。
俺が代わりになってやるよ。任せろって。じいさんの夢は
こういう男がいたのだったな。
俺の勝ちだ、あーちゃん。
ああ、そして私の敗北だ。
ようこそ逆さまの世界へ。挽回。
It's indeed true that your wish to save others can probably be achieved. But in doing so, you must give up all hope of saving yourself. You shall cling to ideals not your own, and you will pursue them until it destroys you in the end.
I recognize the man as well. One whose spirit has never been broken, who's never been beaten and never succumbed. Though the weight of it threatened to crush him, he never lost his dream of saving everyone and insisted on carrying the burden alone. I know this man. only knows a way. If only he could save everyone who suffered, he thought. Love like a purpose for his miserable existence.
体は剣でできている。塩は鉄で、心はガラス。幾度の戦場を越えて腐敗。ただの一度も敗走はなく、ただの一度も理解されない。かの者は常に一人、剣の丘で勝利に挑む。故に生涯に意味はなく、その体はきっと剣でできていた。要するにこれ、あいつが英雄になった事件なわけ。なんてバカ。Hell is his whole world, his eternal reward for a lifetime of helping people. The end of the line. He sacrificed everything, even his own afterlife. Death could not prevent him from helping others. It was more than he'd ever dreamed of. He was helpless in life because he was weak. So convinced was he that he could avert any tragedy as a heroic spirit, that he sold away the peace death would have granted him.
This is cruel. Forcing me to look into an old mirror. There really was such a man once.
I won't let that go. Even if it is foolish, I won't give it up. I don't care what you say. I don't care if I'm a fraud or a hypocrite. 'Cause I know my dream's not a mistake!
The battle of Shirou is about to end. Yeah, I guess you're right. My wish really is big. But there's something beautiful about it. Putting others before myself is hypocritical. I understand that. Still, I couldn't help but admire the idea. I thought how great it would be if I could live like that. Even if my life was a sham, there was still beauty in that wish. Doing whatever I could to make others happy. I won't let that go. Even if it is foolish, I won't give it up. I don't care what you say. I don't care if I'm a fraud or a hypocrite. I know my dream's not a mistake!
None of that matters to me. I'll become a hero of justice. And just as you can't accept me, I'll use every ounce of my strength to defeat the part of me that's you!
A boy once said, "I don't want to see people dying." Could it be possible, he wondered, to save everyone in the entire world from suffering? But what he was really trying to eliminate was himself, and he took up his sword for what he believed. When the battle ended, he learned his path was no longer laid out for him. However, he found his answer. Emiya will likely go on cursing this outcome till the end of his days. But in spite of it all, one thing is certain, I was never wrong. Hey, you know that's hell you're walking into.
This is the one thing you've forgotten. At first, it was just admiration. But it was admiration built on a dream. The dream that this hell could be undone. The unfulfilled dream of a man who wasn't capable of helping anyone, no matter how hard he tried. And it cost him everything.
Is that the life you want? A hollow life of a machine?
Yeah, I do. Even if it's a life dripping with hypocrisy, I'll try to be the hero of justice the world needs.
Confrontation, I got 500 rounds. 40 plus, I got 500 pounds. Yeah.